What's poppin', everyone? I'm Don Ferguson, and welcome back to another fire, red-hot episode of Something New in the Teak Life Basement Bar. You know, it's not that often that we get an Anejo Tequila here in the basement bar, but that's exactly what we have for this episode. Boom! Pasote Anejo Tequila. This is made by somebody very well known in the tequila industry, a master, a mad scientist. He's just done some incredible things, and this is the Fierce Art of Tequila. So we don't need to talk anymore. We need to pop some bottles and drink. Boom! This is an añejo, so we're gonna do this very elegantly. We're breaking the seal. Oh, still got that pop. We're still popping bottles over here. We're gonna start off like it's a wine and smell the cork. And you get that synthetic rubber mixed with agave. All right, I'm just playing. We are going to pour. This is an añejo, so it has to breathe. Yeah, this is, while we pour, wow, it's very light. We're gonna talk about the color as we always do, but this is a pretty light añejo aged tequila, extra age. So this comes from NAM 1579. It's a Highland agave tequila. It's twice distilled, and here's where it gets real funky, people. It's distilled with spring water. That's not so crazy, is it? No. But what is crazy, it's distilled with rainwater. Yes, rainwater from the heavens coming down, spraying this agave. And then what they do is they have like a mechanism, a bucket. You know, like if you go to Universal Studios, Florida, and you're just walking along and then all of a sudden that 4 million gallon bucket just dripped. Well, they harvest the rainwater and they use that in their distillation process. Last thing to speak of before we get to taste it, we're letting it breathe. Look at, it's pulsating. It's like a heartbeat. It's got a heartbeat right now. It is 80 proof. So, I'm excited. Bottle. So, basically, it's like a wine bottle, people. And if you know the master distiller, the owner of the, you'll know, we're going to talk about it, but you'll know he's not really into these crazy fancy bottles. And there's nothing wrong with that, because as we always say, it's all about what's in the bottle. We're not eating the bottle. Well, I mean, I guess there's like some shows where people eat glass, right? Let's move this over here. Let it be by itself. So we're gonna talk about the bottle. Just very nice, sleek, elegant. It's got a really long neck, so in a fast-paced environment, in bars, bartenders love this. The other thing about it is sleek, so it fits on a shelf in a retail store. Retailers love that as well. Now, when it comes to the design on the label, it pays homage to Aztec warriors. We're going to talk a little bit more about that at the end of this episode, so make sure you watch. But yeah, it's just very simple, but you've probably seen this bottle somewhere before. I'll talk about that too. Color. That is very light for an añejo. There's one other brand, Tequila Ocho, out there on the market that's a pretty light, añejo as well. But this is really light. You can't even really capture that, but it's like a tinted water. So think about that. If there's a little droplet of rust, because you don't take care of your faucets at home, that's kind of what it's just a droplet of it. But it's extremely nice, a nice golden. It's like those Olympic rings. The tears coming down are just ever so slow. It's like those slow motion sequences in all of those Avenger movies. Beyonce, it's Beyonce on stage with the hair blowing. It is extremely nice, but it is a very nice golden straw color, and it just kind of radiates. It's radiation in a glass, in a good way. Now, as we get into the aroma, this is aged for 1 year in ex-bourbon barrels. So those bourbon barrels probably have a very light char, or are toasted, or a combination of a very light char and a light toast, because normally it would be a little bit darker. So that's what we got going on. 1 year. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. It's almost like Wayne's World. I'm not worthy. Oak. Oh my God, I'm getting that cooked, roasted agave. It's very light, but it's very nice. It's present, but it's not just like you're cutting an agave plant and sniffing it. It is very well balanced with that oak. Getting a little bit of vanilla, tiny hint of black pepper on the back end. As it goes on, I'm getting that black pepper a little bit more now, some caramel or caramel, however you want to call it. You know, I know I'm going to get beat up in the comments. Jesus Christ, people are so touchy. Nice fruitiness to it. So it's a highland agave, so you're going to get some nice botanicals. You're going to get some nice fruitiness, sweet tones from it. There's some like dried fruits kind of lingering in there. When it comes to the agave, it's grown by their master tequilero, and it's cooked in brick ovens, and they use a Tahona stone for the extraction. So when they're crushing the agave, they're using the old school method of a Tahona stone. I'm giving you hints, people. Do you know who I'm talking about? This aroma. It's beautiful. Taste, just like Tyga. Round one to coat the palate. Ooh, I always do that snap thing. You know, that's when I'm like, I get into it. I'm really feeling it. And this is really nice. It has a little bit of pepper. So that black pepper that I was picking up in the nose, I am tasting it initially, but I'm getting really fresh roasted agave. Very, faint. A little bit of citrus. So I would equivocate that to like, an orange rind, that type of citrus. Very nice, just to coat that palate. So that way it opens up, it becomes welcoming for round two. That's where it comes through. That's where you start feeling it. And man, that's nice and silky. It has got a cinnamon finish on it. So it's not going to be overly pepperly. Pepperly Longstocking. But it's not going to be overly peppery. But it does have that. So I kind of acknowledge that as cinnamon. I always will say cinnamon on that because cinnamon kind of has that natural heat, but it's not really crazy. You're getting some oak coming through, and it's almost, for me, like a toasted oak. So when we go back to the actual color and how this beautifully radiates in the light, it's a scenario where I'm wondering if they're using toasted oak casks. And it would make a lot of sense because that's kind of what I'm picking up. But let's go into round three and see what we got going on. Round three is the best. I didn't do the chew. I did the swish. I was swirling it around. You know, like when you got a goldfish bowl and your kids are playing with the goldfish bowl and the fish just ends up dead. But boy, it's nice caramelized butter. You know, I'm picking up a little bit more of that citrus tone. It's nice and soft going down now. For this being aged a year, I mean, you are getting some really, and this is a word that a lot of people don't like, smooth tones. To me, it's nice and smooth, but I am getting some cinnamon on it. But that caramel is blending nicely in with that citrus. I got like a caramelized butter thing going on. I sound like Gordon Ramsay. Jesus Christ, I'm good. This is phenomenal. So I highly recommend this one. This is definitely, boom, Teak Life approved. I can sip this. This is in a different class, so it's not overly sweet. If you like an overly sweet tequila, and there are some out there, they call them the Americanized. This one is additive free as well. So if you are a raw vegan and you don't want any additives in your food, hey, do what you do, no problem. But this is additive free. We don't judge here in the Teak Life basement bar. This is really nice. Like that roasted agave is just really relevant. It's silky. It's just got so much niceness. It's the goodness. That's what we're gonna call it, the goodness. I highly recommend this. Where the hell have you seen this before? Well, my friends, there is a show. I love this show. It is called Animal Kingdom. No, it is not Jack Hanna. This is a debauchery. This is, thieving. This is a lot of shit going on. It's a badass show. Kind of like Ozark in a way. But this is exclusively what they drank on Animal Kingdom. So they drink a lot of tequila. It's based in, Southern Florida or something, or Southern California rather. And they drink a lot of tequila, and this is the brand of choice. So you will see product placement all the time. Now, when I talk about the mad scientist and the distill, all these different things, who am I talking about? Felipe Camarena. He is in the business of making premium tequilas, not premium bottles. So most of his products you're going to see, like this one, G4. The bottles are pretty much the same. They're not overly elegant because it's all about what is in the bottle itself. It's the juice. And he's behind G4, ArteNom, and Volans. Now, I do have a personal story that I do know somebody that was trying to work with him to get their brand on the market. Deal fell through. What a shame. Oh my God. To create something with Felipe Camarena would just be stellar. And this one, it's stellar, people. Try this. As I take a final sip, I did promise you a story about the Aztecs, and because I want to do my Walter Cronkite impression here, make sure I get it right, here's what's going on. So Aztecs were among the most loyal, ferocious fighters in history. Victories and sacrifices were celebrated by drinking the sacred agave plant. So back then, I think they were drinking pulque, and pulque actually led to, tequila. I'm not going to give the full, path of it. And I think I got some pulque coming. Do I? You're going to have to stay. You got to subscribe, people. So that wraps up another episode of Something New here in the Teak Life Basement Bar. Pasote Anejo Tequila, 100% Teak Life approved. Yes, we're going to have fun later. This bottle by tonight is probably going to be down there. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm an intoxicologist. If you want to see what's coming up on future episodes of Something New, hit us up on our social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We always show what's coming up on future episodes, and sometimes we even do written reviews. If you're a brand owner and you want your bottle sitting right here being filmed in a Something New episode, hit us up. Do that email. You know how to email by now, right? Come on. This glass is almost empty. Life's too short to drink bad liquor. Choose wisely. I do. I choose very wisely, and I'm choosing this. We'll see you on the next episode. That was a fail. Cheers.